what is this problem? Why is this happening?
You know, I got to give a shout out to Josh Schweider. You know, he's Infinite Analytics. His lab was one of the first people that I met that was, you know, on the same path as we were on trying to expose it. Mine more from the grower side, his from the chemist side. But I had how I eventually got on LinkedIn. I'm not much of a social media person, but I got on LinkedIn because uh, a chemist and a lawyer that I was talking to about New York's testing, because I was trying to get at least one state to fix the testing problems. And they were like, you need to get on LinkedIn because that's where the other chemists are. That's where the other cannabis people are.
Mhm.
So I got on LinkedIn a couple years ago, right around when I met you. And I was saying, hey, testing's a total joke. You know, as a grower, you know, the first grower that came out saying we need testing, I can tell you this is not protecting the consumers. And so we started having all these labs following us but not saying anything, and this is the first couple weeks of me being on LinkedIn. And then lo and behold, Josh comes out with an article in California talking about how he's finding pesticides all over the shelf, and the testing fraud. I believe he took three labs in total between his lab and two others, and they all went into the same stores and bought product off the shelf. I believe it wasn't even legal at the time. He just did it because he knew it was fraudulent. And you know, he started writing letters to the DCC about what he was finding. And some of these recalls they're having now, he had messaged them a year ago, giving them the batch numbers, telling them what he's finding in it. He's upped his pesticide testing. I think now he's up to around 600 pesticides that he can test for. And so he's finding all sorts of stuff and basically proving the stuff I was saying, you know, years ago. I've been writing for 10 years on testing. And I said when it came to Oregon, we started writing articles called "The Fox Guarding the Hen House." It was one of the first articles we wrote out of Oregon. And basically, I was telling people they're finding out what the labs test for and then switching pesticides so they can spray daily and it still comes up perfectly clean. And even some of the labs are consulting them on this, saying, hey, if you spray this, you're going to get a compliancy clean test. Um, and I think that's not right to the consumers to have us as the client to the lab, because it makes it where the lab is trying to appease us instead of appease the consumer.